Hello, and welcome to the Basics of Cooking, Mastering Your Kitchen. We're Kathy and Therese, the creators of Just Cook It. And we wanted to tell you a little bit about why we created this course. First of all, we're both moms. And we noticed, especially for our own daughters, that they were starting to need to know how to cook. And we realized that once they got out on their own, that there was some information that was just missing. And we figured they couldn't be the only people that were kind of struggling, needing to know this information.
No, I think kids are not learning how to cook maybe the way they used to because they're busy. They've got a lot of activities. Mom and dad might be working. They're running around and they're not prioritizing cooking at home.
And when they're living at home, usually someone at home is cooking.
Yeah.
So they don't need to know that information then.
No, but then they get into a spot, maybe if they went to college, they're being provided food by the college, but then they get out on their own, or you just graduate from high school, even if you're not going to college, and you get out in a situation where you're out on your own with roommates and all that, and you don't know how to cook, and so you end up, ordering takeout a lot, and probably not the healthiest food. So we thought about, maybe we can bridge the gap that's there with the people not learning how to cook. We can provide an easy, accessible way to teach people how to cook. And so that's what we did, because we looked around and we couldn't find that anyone else had done that. There's nothing out there quite like what we've created for you.
And we tried to make it easy. We tried to make it concise and provide you with the information that we felt was important to set up your kitchen, to learn how to grocery shop, because there's lots of tips and tricks that those grocery stores are doing to get you to buy unhealthy stuff, just to get you to spend more money. And we talk about that.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot. We also teach you just the basics of how to cook a basic meal, put together a basic meal, and also the techniques. Maybe you've never learned how to use a knife very well, or what utensils you need for what. So we teach you that as well.
Mm-hmm. And we also talk about what a healthy meal looks like.
Yeah.
As you've noticed, advertising, all of the commercials, they're not really telling you how to be healthy, how to eat healthy.
No.
They're just trying to sell food. Yeah. And so there's nothing out there except for the food pyramid, which was out in the 80s and 90s, which was so long ago, that isn't even accurate anymore.
No, I mean, we're both trained in nutrition, and so we can really help you get on track with what is a healthy meal. What else do we talk about? Like safety in the kitchen?
Safety in the kitchen, because there's things that can make you sick. There's ways that you can get hurt. And that was one of the things that I realized when my daughter moved into an apartment. She didn't realize raw chicken could make you sick.
No.
And there's a lot of other things that can do that. So we wanted to highlight that and provide that information.
Yeah. And we also talk about being on a budget. We'll talk a lot about how cooking at home saves you a ton of money and ways that you can navigate the grocery store so you're saving money and making it as economical as possible.
And we provide tips and tricks for doing that at home and making what you buy stretch out over several meals so that you're not having to go to the grocery store every other day or, throw food away, because that's never fun. And that's a bad use of money and food, frankly.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So this course literally gives you the keys to the kitchen. We hand it to you and you learn the skills and you become the expert over time. So check out our link and our course. It's called The Basics of Cooking, Mastering Your Kitchen. And you will feel empowered to cook confidently for yourself.
And then you'll be able to just cook it.
Just cook it.
Just cook it.